I want to comment on the Kingston Frazier murder. 6-year-old kid murdered in Jackson, Mississippi. It was carjacking in front of a Kroger's on I-95. It was approximately 1 o'clock. There's all different versions of this. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and Frazier's mother stopped in front of Kroger's and left Frazier sleeping in the car, left the doors open, left the keys in the ignition. These 3 black thugs came along, and one of them gets out of the car and sees the car sitting in there in the parking lot, and starts to drive away with it. Now, what do they, if they're out for a joyride, what do they need another car for? They already have a car they're driving around in, to get high or whatever they're doing. But one of the kids' fathers owned a used car lot, and maybe they were going to bring it in there, and, it was going to be chopped up, and the individual pieces were going to be sold. In any event, as they were driving away, the mother came out of the supermarket there, and she saw the car driving away, and there was a cop right there, and she tells the cop, she says, they stole my car, but she didn't say anything about the kid being in the car. You explain that to me. How's she gonna weasel out of that later on when, if they found the kid alive. But they didn't find the kid alive. The 3 thugs, they went and they shot the kid, even though one of them was 17, had a son of his own. They shot the kid, they executed the kid and dumped, in the head, and dumped his body in a ravine. So the question, the main question here is why she didn't tell the cop immediately. The cop was there in a patrol car, and he could have gone in hot pursuit and prevented this whole thing. Why didn't she tell the cop that the kid was in the car? Assuming the cop is telling the truth. I can't see her saying, hey, the kid's in the car, and the cop's saying, forget it, we'll catch the kid later on. It doesn't matter. Kid will have a joyride with the other joyriders, So that's the story. People are blaming the mother. There's all kinds of Afro-Americans in the internet saying that the cops killed the kid, and that's why the gun hasn't been found. And the mother's to blame for leaving the kid in the car for 2 hours. And who goes 2 hours in Kroger's, She was allegedly getting the kid some kind of medication. The kid was sick. In any event, the kid did nothing to nobody. And and it's a horrible thing what happened to him. And these kids, they're going to get life sentences. I don't think they're going to get the chair. And eventually, in 10 years or so, when their so-called brains mature, they're going to realize what they did and how wrong it was and how it destroyed not only the kid's life, but it destroyed their lives too. And they'll be repentant, and they'll try and get an education. But there's nothing, they're stuck. They'll be stuck there until they die. So it's a crazy, crazy world we live in. Gotten much worse. This wouldn't have gone down in that same way if this was in the early 1960s or the 1950s. People weren't that bloodthirsty back then.